How's it going, LaNorris?
Good, how you doing?
Camp over, now kind of in pregame prep. Have you seen a difference now that's kind of switched over into preparing for Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I mean, just focusing on details more. Just trying to get a looks in, get the best looks we can get offensively and defensively for their offense and defense. So.
Hey, LaNorris, 2 scrimmages in the books for you guys now. Where do you feel like the offense is at in terms of rhythm, flow? Like, where do you feel like you guys are at?
I think we're pretty good, flowing-wise, just scheme-wise, and all that. Everybody's learning the system well, picking up well. A lot of new stuff. So, I mean, we just learning well.
Defensively, with those guys you've been going up against these last couple of weeks, is there anyone besides maybe the obvious names that everybody probably knows about, anyone who's stood out to you these last couple of weeks?
J.O. and Sean Murphy, both smart players. J.O.'s from Germany, but he's just smart, hard-nosed, ready to hit, can cover. Sean Murphy, those guys, the transfer defensive tackles, those ends, Demon, all those guys, they look good.
We saw the little commercial for Beats today. Can you take us through that partnership and filming that commercial?
Yeah, I mean, it was one day after like practice or something. They asked me if I wanted to do it. We got into work, so I shot after practice, and then I had Manning Passing Academy the next day. So I mean, that took from like 3 to like 8 something. It took all day, but I mean, at first I'm not really like an actor, the acting type, but they had me doing all this stuff. But I just like, all right, let's do it.
Just another quick question on the scrimmages and whatnot. How do you feel like the balance looks with the passing game for you and then obviously getting the run game involved?
Yeah. Pretty much I think it's the same. If we need to pass it, we can pass it. If we need to run it, we can run it. We can mix it up, pretty much do whatever we want out of any formation we want to whoever we want to. So it's a lot we can do.
From what you've seen from Nick Harbor, where have you seen him kind of take the biggest step this offseason?
Yeah, he's just getting more comfortable, just getting more fluent, just flowing through things a lot better. I think having this spring, because he had that last couple of years, helped him a lot.
Do you often find yourself in practice thinking, wow, this is so much easier than last year? Just what are the biggest sort of mental differences you're noticing within yourself and your play?
Yeah, 100%. Just like even sitting in meetings this morning, going through like their scheme and all this, like, okay, I can see why we're doing this now. They're trying to disguise it, they're getting out of it. And then being on the field with scout team and all that too, you can definitely see and now feel a lot better.
I want to ask you about a couple of freshman receivers specifically. I guess first with your brother, how would you describe where he's at now compared to when he got here in January? How would you sum that up?
He's a lot more comfortable too. He can ask me anything. I pretty much know the whole offense. And then it's just like just being open and around those guys who've been here like Mazio, JB, Nick, and Dre. He can ask them anything, and Furry's on them too about learning the playbook, making sure they know not just their position but all the positions. And same thing with B-Row. Just learning from the older guys and then making sure they know multiple positions so they can play not just the F but the Z, the X, whatever they need. Then we got Lex Cyrus, Malik, Jordan, Gedron, and all those guys doing the same thing.
I know when Coach Shula took over, he was kind of describing that, hey, we want LaNorris to run when we want him to and not when he has to. And I think that kind of got misconstrued as they don't want you running as much. But it seems like he just wants your footwork to be better so that, when a pass play is called, you guys are throwing more passes. Like, what has that process been of him articulating that to you, and how does that show up in practice?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much what you just said. Just making sure, like, I'm comfortable, my footwork is consistent and all that. It's like I'm getting through my drops, getting through my progression before I'm taking off and running. So, yeah, that's pretty much all he meant when he said that.
How far along would you say the offense is right now in terms of just avoiding turnovers, taking care of the ball, and just having an overall kind of clean operation?
Yeah, I think turnover-wise, we was pretty good. Knowing the system, pretty good just because it's like we've been doing the same thing since January, spring. Shula just said he wanted us to start where we left off, not start completely over. So after the bowl game, we just got into practice and just started from there, just building on that. So, I mean, it was pretty good. Everybody knows the system.
When you were going back and watching your season last year, is there any plays or drives or things you did where you're like, I don't know how I did that. There's no way I'll do that again?
I had some good moments like that and bad moments. Like I could barely watch the ODU game. That was one of the games I couldn't really watch. But I mean, you just got to watch those games and learn from it, really. And then early in the season, just like turnovers and stuff, it was stuff I could have easily like prevented. But I think now that I had a season under my belt, I can see those things and know what caused them, know what to stay away from.
Norris, when you and Schuler are cutting up film, or maybe even in practice, how does he talk to you? Like maybe when you do make a bad play, how does it differ from when he's praising you?
Yeah, he has this like cast of like poop, and he's just like, you just took a dump right on my desk if I do something bad. So he just be like, if I do something bad, he like, just go get the dump off my desk, and like he makes us put it on his desk. He's like, that's what you just did to me. So I mean, you do something bad, that's usually what he does.
You briefly mentioned Brian Rowe earlier, but what sticks out most about him in this group of freshman receivers?
Just really all his quickness and like twitchiness. Like he can make people miss. He got good burst. It's kind of like if you a step behind him, he can just hit another gear and run. I would say that about my brother. And then Malik and Jordan, they're big and long, tall, or whatever. They can go over guys, jump up, stuff like that. So.
In these past 2 scrimmages, what have you seen from the offensive line and how they've played?
Yeah, just a lot of communication, really. We throwing a lot at them just because we don't know like what team's really going to do. So it's like going at them with a lot of odd fronts, bare fronts, mid fronts, stuff like that. Just throwing them a lot, making them communicate, stuff like that.
So does he have like a poop emoji thing that you like actually put on your desk?
Nah, it's like it looks like real poop. I wish I could go get it. It looks like you sit in your hand. It looks like poop.
So if you're watching film and there's a bad play, he'll grab it and put it on your desk.
He leaves it in his office. He go get the dump off. He's like, go get the dump off my office desk. And he handed it to him. He just throws it on his table. It's like, that's what you just did to me.
So you physically leave the room, go get it off his desk.
Yeah.
How many times have you grabbed the poop?
No, I haven't a lot, but Cutter, Air, those guys have done a lot just because they don't really like know the system. So I mean, obviously, if you don't know it, you're gonna make some mistakes. But it happens quite a bit. Jimmy Francis, like a lot. It's a lot.
Staying with the poop, I guess, have there been any poop-inducing mistakes that have repeated themselves over camp, and how have you all addressed those?
I think my thing was most of my like poop experience, whatever you want to call it, is like carrying out fakes. Like he tells me every day, like carry out your fake, carry out your fake. So it's kind of like if he says it once, he's like, hey, carry out your fake. Now if it comes with like 2 or 3 times, he's like, all right, go get the poop. So it's like, and then bonehead stuff like if you flip sides on a quick game call, if you throw a late over the middle, anything like that.
With Shula now in that OC role, I can imagine he probably works with you a lot more closely compared to last year and stuff. But does it feel any different for you compared to the role he was in last year, being on the field with you with the quarterbacks?
Nah, I spent a lot of time with him last year too. D-Lo was just in the room most of the time, but on the field and stuff, he's always there. Like D-Lo's calling plays stuff. He obviously talks to me too, but Shula's really that on-field guy. If D-Lo needs to say something to me, it would go through Shula, and then Shula add whatever he need to add it. If I've seen something, I'll tell it to Shula, and then he communicate that to D-Lo or whatever. So, I mean, nothing really changed.
Sorry to ask one more question about that, but when did Shula introduce that to the room?
Last year, I think was the first time. It didn't really come out last year because he wasn't really the OC, so it was like, but this year he's kind of like abused it, like it's his now, so he can do whatever he wants.
You're asked a lot about, your name in Heisman conversations and sort of just your name in media in general. And you can block that out, but something you kind of can't run away from is your leadership role on the team. So what's been the most difficult part of sort of being thrust into the spotlight just in Columbia and just on the field?
I think really just like communicating. I mean, I won't say communicating, but it's kind of like if stuff going bad, like I can be better, I think, at communicating it rather than just like, because I'm more of like if something goes wrong, like, all right, I'm just fix it. Like, whatever I need to do to fix it, like, that's what I'm going to do. So I think just being able to communicate that to them if they're doing something wrong rather than not just me trying to fix it myself.
Where do you feel like the connection is for you and someone like Boaz, who could potentially be the starting center for you guys? Where do you feel like that connection is at for you two?
I mean, I think it's pretty good. Like, we live right across the weight room from each other. We sit beside each other in team meetings and stuff. Our meeting rooms are literally right there beside each other, too. So I talk to him a lot, a good bit, really. And so I would say it's good.